Welcome to Rambam in Depth. Today we're going to be discussing the Rambam in Hilchos Shceinim, Perik Yud, Halacha Aleph. The Rambam says as follows: Marchiken as Elon min ha'ir, esrim b'chomish amma. That we distance a tree from a city 25 cubits. In other words, you cannot plant a tree near a city unless you distance the tree 25 cubits. Now, the Gemara in Bava Basra, Daf Chavdalad Amud Aleph, brings the opinion of the Tana Abba Shaul that the distancing of a tree varies. If it's an Elon Srak, a non-fruit-bearing tree, then you have to distance it not 25 but 50 amos. The Rambam himself in Pirush HaMishnayos paskins like Abba Shaul. So the Tosfos Yontif, the commentary on the Mishnah, asks, why then did the Rambam not mention that here? Here he says, Stam, Machikan as Elam in the ear, you distance a tree 25 cubits. And he doesn't add and qualify that when you're dealing with the Elon Srak, with a non-fruit-bearing tree, that you don't, so it doesn't suffice to do 25, you have to do 50. So the truth is, the Nemuki Yosef, one of the Shceinim, says this whole din of distancing a tree from a city only applies in Eretz Yisrael, not in Chutz La'aretz. And in Eretz Yisrael itself, it only applies when Yidden are in total control. Yoshmal ad Masam, and the majority of the Yidden are settled in the land. So these laws only apply for the future, the days of Mashiach. And if you look in Shulchan Aruch, which was written to detail all the halachas that are noyeg, that apply now in the diaspora before Mashiach, you don't find these laws of the distancing of the tree. The Rambam, on the other hand, does bring halachas of the future. He has a whole section. In Hilchos Malachim, the last two prakim, he talks about the halachas of Mashiach, and scattered throughout the whole Mishnah Torah, there are halachas of the future, the laws of Karbanis, the laws of Tumah V'Tara, the laws of Nazirus, all these laws that we can't practice today, either in full or in some details, he includes in his Mishnah Torah. So why doesn't he include the halacha of Abba Shaul that a Elon Srak, a non-fruit-bearing tree, you have to distance for 50 cubits. The Rambam himself says that's the halacha, yet he doesn't bring it in the Sefer of halacha. So there's a Chassam Sefer who gives the answer. He says, yes, it's true. The Rambam brings halachas that will apply in the future, that are not active now, but will apply in the future. But Elon Srak will not apply in the future. The Gemara in the end of Ksubis and also the Medrash and many sources says that when Mashiach comes, the Elon Srak, the non-fruit-bearing trees, will produce fruit. So this halacha will not be applicable in the future. It's not applicable today because we don't have the situation in Eretz Yisrael, and it only applies in Eretz Yisrael. So the only time it applied was in the past. Those are things that the Rambam doesn't bring. If it's something of the past, why should he bring it? Just me'inyan le'inyan ba'isa inyan. It's a fascinating thing that when we talk about the laws of trees, there's a law, a mitzvah in the Torah, you're not allowed to cut down a fruit-bearing tree. And from there, we apply that to destroying anything, bal tashchis, destruction of anything, unless there's an overriding benefit, is forbidden. Yet the Rambam in Hilchos Malachim mentions that an Elon Srak, a non-fruit-bearing tree, you're allowed to cut down. So the question is, and this has been asked, why? If it has some use, and certainly trees have plenty of use, it would be subject to the law of Bal Tashchis. Why is an Elon Srak less important than any other physical object? So perhaps the answer is, based on what we just said, that the truth is that in the beginning of creation, an Elon Srak was not supposed to exist. All trees were supposed to produce fruit. It's as a result of Adam v'Chava and their sin, there was a klala among the various curses that the trees not all trees will bear fruit. There'll be a non-fruit bearing tree. So the whole and that will be rectified in the days of Mashiach. So when you cut down a tree, a non-fruit-bearing tree, you're cutting it down because it's a siman of klola, it's a siman of golus. So it could be that the idea when you cut down that non-fruit-bearing tree, that itself is a way of expressing we're waiting for the time that that all trees, even a non-fruit-bearing tree, will bear fruit. And therefore, by destroying it, we're showing that we're not satisfied with the way things are today. And let's hope and pray that we'll see the fulfillment of this imminently among all the other brachas that will happen with the immediate and imminent coming of Mashiach.